Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Darth Slone, your official partnered content creator for Expansive Worlds. And we are about to take the plunge. The fairest of them all. 1 million bucks. This is going to hurt. I'm going to have 1,707 bucks left after this. But the reason that I'm choosing to get it first, before the boat and the Jeep, and obviously the reel, is because you have to level it. So I'll probably get the reel after this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a series. How many fish of each type of fish does it take to get 1% on this pole? You know, like how many Arctic char is going to be today's video. And of course, there's going to be some luck involved, like if you catch diamonds and gold, obviously that's more XP. But we're going to keep track of that and see how long does it take to level this thing for 1%. Let's take the plunge right now. Oh, there we go. I have 1,707 bucks left. Oh god, it hurts. It stings. Now we got to figure out what rod do we want to put on this thing. So 13 pound, we have it right here. It is a spinner. So it's a spinning rod. So let's look at the reels. We got to use a spinner reel. So there's that one. So we're not going for looks or anything like that. Now, I've been discussing this little experiment with Dad, and maybe we go a little bit stronger. Let's try the camera on first. That bumps it up to 17 max drag. First, we're going to match it completely, and we're going to go fish for Arctic char. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. We are going to find our setup, get everything fixed up, and start this count. There has been 0 fish caught on this. I'm going to record this. I'm going to write down in my notebook how many of each fish get 1%. And then the end, I plan on doing a video that tells the tally of how many fish it took to level this thing total. Now, we're pushing the limits here with an Arctic char, because Arctic char can get up, you know, mid-20s, and this line is only 13. So, but you're not going to be catching diamonds every time. So when we do hook into one, it's going to take a minute, you know. So this is going to be a good fight. We might be biting off more than we can chew. We might want to drop down to another fish, but Arctic char are fun to catch, and I'm going to press the limits with it. You want to catch something that's a little bigger than 13 pounds on average, and you'll level it quicker that way, I believe. That's my theory. So anyway, guys, hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. Tell a mama, a cousin, a baby, tame a tiger. Tell them to come over here and drop a sub. We are growing. And make sure Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, to join our search party. We're going to be looking for that elusive eel for the first time. The new eel legendary over on South Africa, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Wednesday night. All right, let's hop into this experiment. We'll start the Golden Reel series off with the Arctic char. Going to fish with the fairest of them all. We're going to set it up with bait caster. You can do that with the spinning rig, but now with the bait caster rig, you can't use a spinner. So it's a little confusing to newer players out there. We're going to try the optic at first. I know it's not the most visually appealing. Also, for braided, we can go 11. We're going to try 13.23 because we are fishing in ponds. Number 3 spoon. And we're already fixed up with the Pro Performance. That's what they prefer. Now let's look at the Arctic char a little bit. We've got Pro Performance, spoon, and spinner. That's their favorite things right there. And you see my biggest diamond is 23.74. So we are biting off a big fish right here on 13-pound line, guys. It's not going to be easy. But this is an experiment. You know, this might be a failed experiment. This video might not even be made. I don't know at this point. We're going to come down here. My favorite spot is right here. You walk out on this little island, you fish right through here. It's 6:29 in the morning. We are offline, and this should be a good time of day to catch these things. All right. Let's throw it out there first. Throw it out there about 37 feet. And let's see what we can find out here. There it is, guys. I wish it matched, but we don't have the reel yet. So let's see what we can do. All right, we're going to throw it out there just a little bit past. Let's leave it on speed of 3 just to see what happens. All right, our first fish. Not too bad yet. We're on 50% drag. This is pretty doable. We're gonna go at 55% drag, see what happens. But you know, who knows how big this fish is? You know, that's the thing we're gonna have to figure out. There's 60% drag. You know, is this fish smaller than 13 pounds? Is it bigger than 13 pounds? This is the learning curve here. All right, first fish caught with the fairest of them all. It is a 13.5 pounder. Now, in normal situations, that probably would have added several percents because you're maxing everything out there. You got the max. I mean, that's the size fish right there. 0% so far. We don't have anything. So there's one. This is going to be easy to keep up with. I'm going to make sure I don't go off from my recent catches screen. And you just go right here. You know, there's the first Arctic char. I don't have any more Arctic char on here. You can hold 20 on here. So when I get a little closer, you know, hopefully it doesn't take 20 to get 1%, but who knows? Let's keep at it. All right, guys, there's a gold Arctic char. That was a fight. I wish I had caught more of it. Look, are we still at 0%? You got to look at the other screen to see first, but let's see. We are still at 0%. Wow. And we just caught a gold. Okay, that's a big gold Arctic char, 18.09 pounds. Man, a diamond would take a minute, but let's look and see, did we gain? Here's where you have to look to see if you've gained a percentage, is the overall. We are still not at 1%. All right, guys, we're finally getting this thing tired down. This is our 20th. Need to get away from that pole. Get away from that pole. This is our 20th fish. All right. 20th fish. That's a 16.12 pound gold. Did that get us a level? No, it did not. 20 fish, 3 golds in that, and not even 1%. Okay, our line snapped at 252. Yeah, that's 400 feet from there to there. Should I get... We have been fighting this dude for a while, and there was 2 wampus cats. I don't even know which one hooked it, but they were both at least golds. One was a little bigger than the other. We're approaching. We're not quite there yet, but we're approaching 60 catches on this $1 million rod. Now there's a big 17.57 gold. We've got 311 XP right there out of that one fish. But now I'm telling you, brown trout, you get a silver brown trout and get more XP than that, and a lot easier fight too. A 17-pound brown trout doesn't even hardly fight. Oh boy, this is a big one. This one's gonna hurt. Oh boy. Yeah, he gone. Well, we will be back at the conclusion of this one. All right, we're finally about to get this thing in. Big 17.03 pound gold, 301 XP. All right, guys, I see a sliver right now. I see a sliver on the pole. So I'm going to say that it has gained a percentage. We're going to switch over and look. If that's the case, that made number 61 on the Arctic char. Let's look and see. We got 1%. So 1% was 61 on the Arctic char. Let me double check that. Yep. We just pushed the other one off the page. That is the first one. So when that one, that's the way I've been kind of keeping track of this. Let me hide my camera so you can see what in the world I'm talking about. The first fish on this page is number 61, because you can hold 20 fish on this page. So that's the way I've been keeping track of it. So when this one, this 14.16 gets to here, I'll know that I've caught 80. But this one right now is 61. So that is a 14. I'll write it down every time. That way I can keep track of it. So that's 14.16. So 61 Arctic char / brown trouts, but they're all around the same size. I've caught a few like 9-pounders, but just a handful. But I would say the average weight that I've been catching out of those 61 is somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 pounds. But I have caught some, like you see that one's 17.03 pounds, 17.57 pounds. We'll just click through this page and look. I mean, you can see they're all, there's a small one, a 902. The brown trouts are, I love it when I hook a brown trout because they're so easy and they're more XP. But yeah, that 1 9-pounder, I would say the average there is easy 12 to 13 pounds, but 61 Arctic char / mostly Arctic char. I'm going to say probably 15 of them maybe were brown trouts, but that is using mostly a number 3 hook. There were times that I switched to gold hooks. And I'm also going to show you something very important. Also, 13.23 pounds. So my next experiment, I'm gonna experiment around with some other things, different lines and things. Like maybe I'll use an 11-pound braided, and see if maybe that it takes less than 61. You know, that might actually do something for us if we put a braided 11-pound line on. Plus, it'll give me. There were times that I got spooled. I want to show you guys real quick before we end this video, this experiment at least. We're going to start the golden rod series, or the $1 million rod series, fairest of them all series. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm going to keep track of what it takes to get 1%. And I think I'm going to stick with Arctic char again so that I don't change my variables. And that way I can kind of determine which is quicker to do. And then maybe the third experiment, I'll go on to a different fish. I don't know. But let's look here. If you stand over here, you get spooled if you hook a big dime. Now, I thought about coming all the way over here, and I still might do that. And because I hooked a diamond that went all the way down here, or it went all the way down here and just kept going down the stream apparently at 252.8, I think, and snapped me because I'm using a regular line. So if you fish here, if you fish in this area, you can keep it from spooling you. That's why I'm here. I'm also going to go try over here, maybe to fish in a boat, and that way whichever direction I'm pointed, it might not spool me. If it hooks me up there, it might just run along the bank here, and I can control that too. That's going to do it, guys. Please do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. Let me know if there's something that you want me to try with this golden rod specifically, and I can keep track of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Grab an aunt, uncle, cousin once removed, you know, tame a tiger or tame some wild beast and teach it how to type and how to come over here and drop a sub. You know, I mean, we all have goals in our life. I commend you. if you can manage that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll catch you in the next video.